I'm going to do a watercolor painting of a white cat. I'm going to try to use scratching for the whiskers, and I'm going to use lifting up techniques for the hair in the ears. First, I'm going to use this number 10 round brush to do some drawing. I don't want to use too much water in the drawing process, and I don't want to make it too dark. It just indicates my thought process. Okay, I'm going to see. I'm going to do this would be the ear. And in that case, this would be the mouth area. And the eye would be here. Just look at there. If you draw invisible with your eye, invisible connection line between this eye and the nose. After you define this eye, let's give a little bit more indications. This the eye. And there's the nose. Give a little more thinking at these steps. Get a little bit more sure. And looking at, draw the line between the top of this eye and to the other side of the eye. It would be here. Now let me see. And from the side of the nose, it's very much a straight vertical line, but just tilt it a little bit more on this side. So it's not exactly a straight up. Okay, this eye is much bigger than the other side, so comparing. Like this. And let's look at the mouth connected down here. This side. Okay, the chin, underneath the chin should be here. Like that. And okay, and have some dots. On this side. Okay, this side is a little bit lighter because it's a little less focus. Is in the going into a little bit farther distance. Okay, now this is the side of the face. Now let's double check on the ear. There's the ear, looking at, connect from the eye over here, coming up this direction. That's the ear. So always compare, so you can find it in the correct location and proportion. And this side of the ear, and from this side of the corner, coming up is here. Like that. So this is only the drawing. We are drawing with the light watercolor, so indicate the location. Like this. And on this side, it's very soft edges. But I make sure I have it on the paper, so when I do the very quick washes, I never know where's the location. On this side, okay, that's the, on the other side, looks like a double pirouette, very fluffy pirouette here. like this. So my focus will be on the face. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use wet scratch for the whiskers, but for the ear here, I'm going to use lifting off to create those soft hair. I'm going to start with the eye, giving some time on the eye first. And then when I do this, I'm going to do a really quick wash. And within the 3 to 4 minutes, I'm going to do the scratch. I'm going to do the first color for their eye first. It's look pretty warm. So I'm going to just use the red color mixed with this already existing brown colors. Okay, I'm going to do this side. And on the other side, I think the eye could be a little higher in this. Okay. And get a little darker color, which is look like purplish. I just clean the brush and soften and create that smoother transitions. Now this is good. I'm going to start moving into a little green color inside the eye. I already have the blue color here. So I'm going to take this color a little darker. That's probably good enough. So I'm going to start moving into this area. And matter of fact, I'm going to moving into the whole area, because that dark color is going to be darker than this color and could be based on this color, and then add the darker colors after. And on this side look a little bit warmer, a little bit more yellowish. So I'm going to take a little bit more of this color, have it into the mixture. Get a little bit more of this color. Okay. Bam. And the same thing, I'm gonna leave the highlight untouched. Okay. But on the top over here, I'm gonna make it a little darker, much darker, because to catch the shadow. Okay, I'm gonna mix with this. It's pretty dark colors. This is good. And on this side too, on the top here, just darker. Even darker. Let me add a little darker color here. Catch the shadow. Okay, this is good. We already have the first base colors for the eye. Now I'm gonna work into the ear. A little bit more red. Okay. I'm going to carve the whole ears with the same color. I'm going to use lifting off technique to take out the feeling of the hair, like this. And then I'm going to come into the other side. I'm going to make a little subtle difference between this color and that colors. So I'm going to mix with a little more neutral mixture. Here you go. And I'm going to use a little lighter color on this side. Good. When it's still soft, so I'm going to just lifting off when it's wet, a couple. And I will come back to do a little more when it's dry. Just take away the wet, just lift it up. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, going with the motion of the hair. Like this. Okay, now this is good. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start getting into the background, and at the same time going into the area and the shadows. I'm going to make this area even a little bit darker. I'm not going to keep it white. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this 1-inch flat brush start with. So what I'm going to do, I'm thinking about that the background colors. The background color could be a little bit darker. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to take a look at that. If this would be the color, this could be the color. Okay, start with this color. Get a little blue. Yeah, this could be the color. Okay, I'm going to start with this color. And have the edge a little bit suggesting the hair. Maybe I want to change it at a little yellow, and maybe just use the color that I already have. Take a look at the edge, the contour of the neck. Just use the hair of the brush, you just move it, so suggesting. But however, I don't want to create too much of suggestions on the neck over here, because it's not my focal point. And I'm going to start mix with even a little blue with a little bit red. I'm going to continue that on this side. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna get back to all the brown colors. I'm gonna take the red, some yellow color, a little bit more yellow. Maybe try this color, a little bit too bright. I'm gonna get some burnt sienna. So it's the painting process. You are actually keep thinking and making judgment and making your decisions. Coming down here, really quick. going to have the color also get into the face. Though softer, okay, get down here. This side of the face can be a little bit darker. Okay, here you go. I'm gonna continue getting in this area. Getting into the shadow side. Okay, good. So we're going to do lots of things when it's still wet. Okay, that's the body. So I'm just tap on it, suggesting this to here. So when I come back here, quickly, I'm gonna do a bit of adjustment here. Have that suggesting that is just the hair, but I don't want it to make it look too much defined because it's, after all, it's in a bit of distance compared to the eye and the nose. I'm gonna soften that. Soften this too. It's 1.5 minutes already passed, so I'm gonna get a little bit faster. And the different paper have a different speed of drying too. So it could be, this paper could be a little faster. So I'm gonna keep going. Soften that. And I'm gonna come into have a little more, a little darker color. So I'm gonna change that, change brush to my round brush. Gotta see. It's already 2.5 minutes. Burnt umber. A little red. Okay, get a little blue to make it a little more neutral. Okay, that's good. A little bit red, good. Now I'm gonna come down here. A little more red. Okay. There you go. The whole chin here is a little bit darker. Now I'm gonna on this side too. The nose we can do a little more later because it's not affecting the process of scratching. I'm coming down too on this side. Do it while it's still wet. But here I'm going to make it a little bit darker because otherwise there's nothing to scratch from. Okay. And 4 minutes passed. Now I'm going to start working on the scratching. Take that a little more and make this a little bit lighter. And here we go. I'm gonna use the palette knife. make this a little bit color in here. That's good. We're ready. Let's see. Oh, a little late. Let's see. A little bit late. So it's okay. Do what we can. Now I'm gonna let this dry before I go back here to make a little details. But let's go back to do the eye. Now I'm gonna mix darker colors. The darker color will be pretty easy to create. What's the warm color, one's the cool colors, and mix together. And there's two dark color together, making a pretty dark purple colors. It looks like, I'm gonna get a little bit blue. It'll look like the colors a little colder. Okay, I'm gonna do. Okay. Let's see. That's one side. I'm gonna look into the other side. Let's see. It's good. Also compared to the other side of the eyeball. Should be a little bit tiny smaller. Okay, that's good. I'll come back to do a little more about this area, the shadow side, a little bit darker, and the eye will be in a good shape. Now I'm going to take this time to do the nose. It's just the red colors. I'm going to a little bit more red at the bottom. Even more red. And on top here, a little softer, lighter. That's the foundation of the nose color. Okay, a little bit light, this light brown colors on this side, connecting to, looks like the toning of the nose. I'm going to soften this color, clean this up because it's a little lighter here. If the color get disturbed, it's okay. We can come back to fix it. little soften here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come down here to do the suggestions of the mouth. Got a little burnt sienna. I think I'm going to mix with this color a little lighter. Get a little dark blue color and mix with this color. Get a little colder color, mix it into it. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna a little bit warmer, a little red, and a little red color here. If you see warmer, that is the red color. Okay, soften. Over there, good. And I'm gonna make this a little lighter too. So this is the time you can do some adjustment. Okay, good. Just showing there, the shape is turning and turning down this way. And I'm going to give a lot of very light suggestions over here too. This way. There's enough suggestions. Okay. And I'm gonna see a little bit more yellow. This will be the color. And in here, give a little suggestions. Maybe a little bit more yellow, getting this colors. Okay. Okay, good. A little darker. That's good. A little bit darker. Okay. That's good then. And I'm going to use washing it off to organize the texture here. And down here, it looks like this pillar is all the way coming down, so I need to give a little bit separations because of this texture and suggesting that it's coming all the way down here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this color, which is different from the color of the cat. So I give a little bit more suggestions that actually this is not the edge up there of the contour of the cat. That is it. Like here. Just couple brush. Good. That's much better. I'll make a little softer transition. Okay, Just gonna wash this. Good. Now this is good. I'm gonna have this a little softer too, as is the edge. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back to taking care of the eye. A little warmer and darker. I can take the bone umber. It's not dark enough, so I need to use the blue colors with the red color and a little bit of bone sienna, bone umber for the yellow colors, and get a little bit more blue colors here. Now let's make the color darker, a little bit more red. This is good. So maybe too much water. Tap that. Okay, good. Now we're ready to take a look. And this small thin line coming down. That's good. And on this side of the eye, only on the top here. Now on this side, I need to make a little lighter of this color. Okay, you go. A little lighter. And a little warmer. A lot of very thin lines suggesting that's the color inside the eye. That is good. I need to make a little bit more red. A little more red here. A little softer. And I want it to look like a bleeding. Like this. And also inside the eye over here, it's a little bit lighter, a little soft lighter shape. So I just a little color here. That's good enough. A little lighter here too. That's good. Let's see. This should be has a little bit soft darker colors. That's good. Okay, and this color, see a little transition in this area. I don't want too much texture. Now let me coming into here to do a bit of transitions from this color coming to that colors. That's a little softer. So I wash it to disturb the color first, and then I add a little bit light colors on here. And now also at the same time, I'm going to add a few suggestions. And And that color may be a little too persistent, too pronounced. So I tap on it to make it a little softer. Only have some suggestions. Soften the edge. Okay, a little bit darker color. Add to here. Just form that shape. Now I'm going to use the same colors for the nose. A little bit on this side, but this color a little bit more red. Right here. Like that. Good enough. Now I'm going to clean up a little bit on this side to make the shape a little bit smaller. Okay, good. And I'm going to soften this, have a bit more connected to the upper. Also, let go some of the color. Okay. Take a look at the reference. Compare with that. Good. Now the painting is completed. Because the paper and the timing, the scratching technique is not work exactly what I like it. I'm going to use a different paper for another painting of another cat.